Good morning, students. In this class, we will move on our next poem, Mending Wall by Robert Frost. First, we will have brief introduction of the poet Robert Frost. He is a very famous, popular American poet and playwright of the 20th century. He was born in San Francisco and later moved to New England. He is very famous, well known for his realistic description of rural life. Here, realistic description means describe the world as it is. There is no scope for fantasy, there is no scope for exaggeration. Here, fantasy, world of fantasy means the world which is beyond our reach. The world, something there only, something which is impossible for the we ordinary people. It is a world of Superman, Spider-Man. He has the power, he has the ability, Superman or Spider-Man has the ability to jump from one building to another. But for us, for the ordinary people, it is beyond our reach. We cannot do it. It is highly impossible. So, that is mainly called the world of fantasy. But Robert Frost mainly depicts in his poems mainly the real world as it is, common life of village people, the common incidents of village people or people of rural side as it is. That is, even though he depicts the common incidents of village people or of farmers of people from rural side, he colors them with his imagination. That is the plus or that is the strength of most of his poems. And though simple village life common incidents, they are going to be depicted in his poems, they carry certain moral theme, moral values, philosophical and social theme. Here, moral values or philosophical theme mainly means though his poems at the superficial level, at the outer level, or with the one reading, they seem very simple. A very simple depiction of rural life or forest life or about nature. Mainly, it is there. But when we go inside the poem or when we go deeper side of the poem or in our second or third reading, we can realize, we can understand the real meaning, the moral value, the philosophy, moral theme of the poem. For example, take the example of this Mending Wall itself. So when we with the first reading, we do think, yes, Mending Wall is a poem mainly about two characters who are busy in mending the wall, repairing the fence. But when we go inside, deeper side of that poem, we can realize it has some other meaning, moral meaning, some philosophy, it has some universal application. In the same way, he has written many poems. For example, Road Not Taken, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Birches, many other poems. And here the poem birch, a type of tree. And here in this poem birches mainly means the act of swinging on birches, a swing or uyale jokale which has been tied to the branches of birch. So here, though the superficial meaning of the poem birches, it is only the act of swinging on the birches, but the inner meaning, that is the philosophical meaning, it is escapism from hard reality, escapism from the truth of the world. So in that way, even though that is here at the outer level, though the poem looks very simple, but they convey a very beautiful theme, very philosophical or universally applicable theme. And thus he loved the country life and recorded its charm and beauty in his most of the poems. and theme in his poems complex social and philosophical subject. That is, though at the outer level the poems seem very simple, but when we go inside deeper side of the poem, go through it deeply, we can realize, we can understand the philosophical theme, universally applicable theme has been conveyed in most of his poems and his important works. A Boysville, north of Boston, and also has written many poems. He is also the awardee of 4 Pulitzer Prize for his great contribution to poetry, and also Congressional Gold Medal for his poetic works. And this poem, Mending Wall, it is a dramatic monologue. That is the type of this poem, pattern of this poem, it is a dramatic monologue. We have many types of in the poetry. They are ballad, sonnet. Sonnet, already you have read one sonnet by William Shakespeare. Thus different types of different varieties of poetry poems are there: ballad, sonnet, ode, dramatic monologue, etc. And this poem Mending Wall, it is a dramatic monologue. Before going to dramatic monologue, we will know what is, or we will have a glance at monologue. Monologue means only one character in the stage, at the stage only one character, he goes on speaking, delivering his dialogue. He delivers or he speaks on his ideas, his thoughts about himself, about his development, all those things. Though other characters on the stage, they are present, but for them it is not his speech, his dialogue, it is not at all audible. It is supposed other characters, though they are present on the stage, they are not at all, or they are not at all hearing anything, but the speakers or characters dialogue speech, it is audible only to the audience. Only audience, they are going to get a speech or dialogue, but other characters who are present, they are not at all going to get anything. That is mainly called monologue. And this monologue is very famous, especially in the dramas of William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare's dramas, they have become very famous especially for the monologues. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಗತ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತನ್ನ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ತಾನು ತನಗೇನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ತನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು, ತನ್ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ತನ್ನ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಉಳಿದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನು ಕೇಳಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಬಿಹೇವ್, ದೇ ಪ್ರಿಟೆಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದು ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ದೇ ಡು ಗೆಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೊಯಮ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡ್ರಾಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೊನೊಲಾಗ್. Dramatic monologue it is a type of poetry written in the form of speech of an individual. That is, here in this dramatic monologue, actually 2 characters will be there, and among 2 characters, one is the speaker, another one is the silent listener. And that speaker, he goes on speaking about everything about himself and also about the other character, but the listener, he doesn't utter anything throughout the poem. 1 minute, sorry. So the speaker, he addresses, one more thing, the speaker addresses the silent listener, not to the reader. Thus in this poem we have 2 characters. We may meet 2 characters. One is the speaker, and this speaker, he is young and also very progressive in his ideas and thoughts. Progressive means one who always thinks about reforming the society, changing the society, who is in favor of progress, changes. He is not ready to accept the society as it is. He wants to bring certain changes through his ideas, and he mainly wants to reform the society. And one more character is there. He is the old farmer, neighbor of the speaker, and this Old farmer, he is a man with old ideas, very narrow minded and very conservative in his ideas. Conservative means one that is a traditionalist. Belief, a person who has belief in traditional values, a person who doesn't accept progress, changes, reforms, a modification in the society. He wants to accept the society as it is. He doesn't want to bring any changes in the society. He mainly, for him, the old ideas, old thoughts, they are very important. But though two speakers, two characters are there in this poem, but only the speaker, he goes on talking about himself, about his ideas. At the same time, the silent listeners ideas, that is the ideas and views of another character, they are also going to be revealed to us, to the readers, by the speaker himself. That another character or silent speaker, throughout the poem he is only silent. He doesn't utter even a single word. Still his views, ideas, his feelings, they are all going to be revealed to the audience, to the readers, mainly by the first speaker. And the subject or theme of this poem, it is mainly self-imposed barriers prevent human interaction. Self-imposed barriers means the barriers, fence, walls which have been made by the human beings, especially to protect us, to protect our family. We do want to have a wall, we do want to have a barrier or fence. Whenever there is a lack of understanding, whenever there is a lack of belief, whenever we fail to trust some other people, definitely we require a wall, a barrier. But whenever there is a wall, whenever there is a barrier, we it stops us from interacting with other people. So that is the self-imposed barriers prevent human interaction. So that is we are not able to interact with other people, mainly because of the lack of understanding, mainly with the fear, or maybe because of we do not trust them. So here, according to the speaker, there should not be any barrier, there should not be any fence. It also, this poem also discusses one of the regular duties of the farmers. One of the regular duties of the farmers in rural side, especially during rainy season. When the rainy season starts, all the farmers, they become very busy, mainly mending the wall, mainly repairing the fence. The main intention to protect their crop from the outsiders, from the animals, from the other people. So during rainy season they become very busy, mainly repairing the wall or mending the wall, repairing the fence. So this poem, as already told, at the outer level, this poem mainly refers that this poem mainly talks about the keeping the fence or wall in a good order, so that there should not be any trespass, no encroachment. Whenever there is a very good wall or fence, if it is in a very good condition, if it is in a very good order, definitely there will be no more trespass. Trespass means enter somebody's land, enter somebody's field without the permission. So if there is a wall, definitely we can avoid trespass, we can avoid encroachment. We cannot enter anybody's land if there is a wall. And wall should be in a proper condition, wall should be in a good condition. And also in this poem we may also notice a clash between two ideas. And the first idea, something there is that doesn't love a wall. Here something means some power, some extra power, some super power. that doesn't love a wall. Here, the first idea is represented by the speaker. The speaker, young man who is very progressive, who doesn't want a wall. So, according to him, there should be no more wall. Whenever there is a very beautiful understanding, according to him, then why should we need any wall? Wall should be avoided, wall should be broken down. But another idea, good fences make good neighbors. This another idea has been represented by the old farmer who is very conservative in his ideas, a person who doesn't believe in any changes or in any reforms. So, according to the old man, good fences, if there is a fence, wall between the neighbors or between the countries, definitely there will be no more quarrel, there will be no more misunderstanding, there will be no more dispute, because wall is there to protect the people. So good fences always make a, with the good fences we can have a very good relationship. In the same way, as it also has a deeper meaning. At the outer side, it mainly, at the outer level, it mainly means one of the regular duties of the farmers, that is to mending the wall, to repair the wall. But at the deeper side, when we have a second or third reading of the poem, we can realize this poem also has universal application, universally applicable to each and everyone. That is, here wall or fence mainly refers to the hatred, jealousy, pride, discrimination, that is all the negative qualities. And walls also suggest division between the nations, classes, religions. So according to the speaker, walls should be broken down, mainly because this hatred, jealousy, pride, all the negative qualities among the human beings, they should be broken down, they should be cancelled, so that we can have a very beautiful life. Definitely we can maintain peace, then there will be no more scope for the any world war. If there is a very good understanding among the countries, if there is a very beautiful relationship, if there is a very good trust among all, if we do believe each other, definitely what happens, we can have a very beautiful world, that is we can build Ramarajya. So definitely there will be peace all over the world. That is the beautiful concept of the speaker. So the speaker desires, if there is a very good understanding, friendship among the people, countries, religions, communities, then there is no need of any boundary, wall or fence. Thus here is two ideas have been clashed. One is represented by the speaker who doesn't want any wall. According to him, if there is a very beautiful relationship among all the people, among all the countries, there is no need of any wall. There is no need of any boundary. But according to the silent listener or another, the old farmer, if there is a good wall, if there is a fence between the two countries, between the two nations, definitely we can maintain a very beautiful relationship. Okay, in the next class we will discuss or we will analyze the poem Mending Wall in detail. Okay, thank you. Take care.